Hi, I'm attorney Dave Banas, and welcome to Special Needs Insights. Today, we're going to talk about some of the aspects of planning for individuals with special needs. And I want to start by talking about the difference between a guardianship and powers of attorney, the use of powers of attorney. Oftentimes, when your disabled child reaches the age of 18, you have a decision to make. Do I pursue guardianship? Or can we have the same level of surrogate decision making to protect my child through the use of powers of attorney for healthcare and powers of attorney for finances? And oftentimes the need for a guardianship is not crystal clear. I mean, a guardianship established in probate court is essentially a declaration that the individual is incompetent, that a guardianship is absolutely necessary. And in many ways, you're removing the liberties from the individual, the 18-year-old adult, and placing them in the hands of their guardian, and usually that's the parent. Sometimes it's a no-brainer, it's obviously necessary, and you walk through that process. Other times, again, it's not so clear, and we may decide if the individual has the capacity to employ powers of attorney for healthcare and powers of attorney for finances. And the question becomes, can the 18-year-old assert and state and understand that they want to sign these documents that are going to make mom and dad their powers of attorney, so that life can remain in many ways the same that it was when they were a minor? Empowering mom and dad to talk to doctors, to be there during appointments, to manage finances, to be on accounts and be able to control accounts. Now, there are some minor, I would say, drawbacks to the power of attorney route, and that is, of course, that the individual keeps their competency, keeps their liberties, and they could potentially revoke those powers of attorney. So there is an open door sometimes with the use of powers of attorney for people to come into our children's lives and exert undue influence and pressure and things like that. And at that time, it may be appropriate to revisit the need for a guardianship. But a lot of our clients who are in those situations decide, let's start with the surrogate decision-making through powers of attorney in order to fully protect and plan for our loved ones. And so I mentioned here that, that decision often takes place at age 18. And that kind of leads into the question, when should we begin to plan for our loved ones with disabilities? And the answer is whenever you're ready, and the earlier the better. Maybe you recognize a diagnosis very early in life. That's a great time to start planning. And planning at that point starts with your own powers of attorney, your own estate plan that incorporates a special needs trust into your own revocable living trust should something happen to you. That's also a time when you can nominate guardians to act as guardians over your loved ones should something happen to you prior to the age of 18, or if a guardianship is necessary afterwards. And just because you're starting to plan early doesn't mean that that plan can't evolve over the course of your life. As circumstances change, as people change, as you understand a diagnosis and you understand the development of your child from birth all the way to age 18 and then beyond, nothing that we put in place is necessarily irrevocable. And it is quite common for individuals to put a plan in place, identify people that will be there to do the things that mom and dad will do should something happen to them, and have those plans change even dramatically over the course of time. And so I would encourage anybody that's interested in putting together an estate plan that has special needs provision to start the conversation early. Talk with someone like the attorneys at Hickman and Lauder about what we can do now and what we should do now, and obtain that peace of mind through conversation. And as we say, managing big change starts with little conversation. So give us a call. We're here to listen.